Is Eren Yeager one of the best anime protagonists in recent years? Is he one of the best anime antagonists in recent years? Those are all great questions with a lot of great answers out there. But I'm not here to settle those questions. I'm here to answer the most important question of all. Is Eren Yeager a Chad? So, is Eren Yeager a Chad? Well, if we're going to answer that question, we got to look at the different tiers behind being a Chad. Now, if you're already a Chad and you're familiar with these tiers, feel free to just skip to the timestamp below.
Virgin.
Now, at the lowest tier, of course, we have the Virgin. The Virgins are to Chads what Yin is to Yang. While Chads might be the Dark Knight, Virgins are the White Knights. While Chads are characters that inspire, Virgins are characters that are either pathetic, cowardly, are generally despicable human beings, and are usually beyond redemption. And even if they are redeemable, are still nowhere close to being a respectable human being. So think of someone like Gabby. Also, this should go without saying, but to clarify, the character does not have to be a literal virgin to be a virgin, but if bitches curve them and they got no drip, it ain't gonna help their case, I'll say that.
Brad.
Now, the Brad tier is pretty interesting because they definitely have qualities that make them a decent upgrade from a virgin. This might be confidence, or maybe they're even a little base. But they're either faking those qualities or they still have character flaws and need more development before moving on to the next tier. So yeah, Brads are either faking it or they're still in their training arcs.
Chad.
A regular Chad is just that, a Chad. He's the poster boy, the dude your girl tells you not to worry about, the main character in his own show, and the one that the ones lower on the list generally look up to. But as cool as they are, the characters in the above tiers are even more memorable.
Giga Chad.
Now, Giga Chads are definitely among the cream of the crop. To put it into perspective, if a regular guy were to take steroids, he might become a Chad. But if a Chad takes steroids, they would become a Giga Chad. Now, I'm not saying the Chads need it, but Giga Chads only come around once in a lifetime or so. So they're definitely among the elite. However, even Giga Chads gotta look up to someone.
Hall of Fame Chad.
Hall of Fame Chads are, simply put, the GOATs. These characters are ones that I would consider timeless and stand tall even above the rest of this list. For example, if the baby was a Chad chilling on the 3rd level, then Kanye West would be a Hall of Famer Chad and a helicopter on his way to a spaceship. So yeah, characters in this tier inspire generations and are usually embodying some type of ideal, or they're perfect in some shape or form. Now, before Mr. White can ask me what the hell I'm talking about, let's get this show on the road. Fair warning, there will be spoilers for the series up to Season 4, Episode 21 or Episode 80 of the anime. I'll also get into manga territory later, but I'll give another warning before I do that, just in case you're an anime only. So, in the very first episode, we see Eren wake up from this prophetic dream where he sees the walls being broken by titans and his mom getting eaten. Now, a lot of people say that this is tragic or shows how Eren can see the future but can't change it. And they usually go on a tangent about determinism and determinism this and determinism that, when really I think they need to determine when they're gonna see some bitches. I think the real point of this scene here is to show that seeing the future is really cool and that it was pretty Chad of Eren to do that as a kid. And then after that, he basically runs into Hannes and just immediately disses him by saying he eats and sleeps like cattle, and Hannes is, just left blubbering like a buffoon, so that's pretty base. And after this, Eren is all excited to see the scouts come back, but then he sees them like super demoralized after losing like a bunch of comrades, which is understandable for sure. And then he sees like Keith Shadis hand his mother the remains of her son. It's like a fucking arm, and it's a pretty depressing sight for sure. And then the mother asks if her son was at least useful.
I don't know.
And Shadis just like breaks down and says it was a useless endeavor, just like every other mission of his. Woe is me, shit like that. But that shit doesn't even faze Eren, and he still wants to join the scouts. And mind you, this is a little kid still. And he even bops the head of this guy that he hears shit talking to scouts. And after this, he does get thrown around by Mikasa, but I'm not gonna hold that against him. It's Mikasa we're talking about. And then when the Colossal Titan breaks the wall, Armin tries to get Eren to run with the rest of the virgin citizens. But Eren's better than this, and he goes to try and save his mom. Now, his mom is telling him to run too, and Eren refuses. And really only leaves because Virgin Hannes carries him away, to which he immediately tries to punch Hannes, which shows that even as a kid he's willing to throw hands. Now, losing your mother in front of you in a very gruesome manner would probably put most people in shock, but all Eren feels really is anger, and he even has the balls to vow revenge on all the Titans. Again, pretty base.
Eren, どうしたの? Eren. Eren.
駆逐してやる。この世から一匹残らず。
And then when his dumb guard tries to say some slick shit about how the Titans should have eaten more people, he just goes up to him and kicks him in the shin. Now, this does kinda lead to an argument between him and Armin, and Mikasa sucker punches him. And they all realize that they're powerless against Titans, but instead of wallowing like a little bitch, this really just reinforces Eren's drive to enlist in the cadets. And of course the others copy him, which shows good leadership skills, so good on Eren. People are already copying him. Now, as a cadet, there's this one situation where a bunch of the cadets are basically asking Eren what happened at Shiganshina. They ask him a shit ton of questions about Titans, and that brings up his memory of his mom getting eaten, which bumps him up a bit, understandably. But he regains his composure pretty quickly and just reaffirms his goal of killing all Titans. He also gets into a little argument with John, but at the end of this scene, we learn that John is simping for Mikasa, who is simping for Eren, so it's clear that Eren is higher up in the food chain here. Then, when it comes to OMD gear training, Virgin Shadis strikes once again by sabotaging Eren's equipment. Truly, the man is fuming and is determined for Eren's downfall. But then Shadis realizes that he's being a massive virgin, and in his own words, a powerless bystander. So he gets Eren to switch to a working set of gear. Eren does start complaining during training about not needing close quarters combat or knowing martial arts, which is only ever something I hear from people that got no hands. You'll notice that people that got no hands, they can't box. They'll always be saying shit about how to just pull out a gun or it's not necessary. They got no hands, alright? That's what they're trying to say. But then Annie hits him with them Muay Thai skills, so he changes his mind pretty fast. And then he applies those skills to sweep jealous ass John. So my boy took an L and turned it to a W, just like Chads do. Eren even ends up in the top 10 of his class, which allows him to live a comfy ass lifestyle inside the walls, like Hannes. But he turns that shit down to enlist in the most dangerous regiment, the Scouts. Now, you gotta have balls to do that shit. He even has a little speech that inspires others like Connie and Thomas to join the Scouts too. And when the Colossal Titan shows up again, Eren is the first one to give directions to his teammates and confront the Titan, while the other cadets are just sitting around shitting their pants. And he even gets all the way up to the nape of the Colossal Titan, and he's about to fucking murk him until the Colossal Titan just wusses out.
This man is running. Your friend cannot box.
So again, I think it's safe to say that Eren asserted his dominance over a giant-ass Titan here. Anyways, the Titan manages to break the wall and the cannons, so Eren and the cadets are assigned to protect Trost District. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, our boy Eren takes some fat L's here. He comes in all confident and excited, only for his homie Thomas to get immediately clapped, and that's someone he convinced too. He tries to avenge him, but gets his whole ass leg bitten off.
Damn!
But he redeems himself by saving his day one Armin. He even lets his arm get bitten off so he can cosplay Chad like Guts. And it's clear that cosplaying Guts gives him some Chad energy, right? Because it's here that shit changes and Eren is able to transform into the Attack Titan. Now, they call it the Attack Titan for a reason, because this man immediately goes out and fades a bunch of Titans. In fact, the first Titan he pulls up on is this midget ass Titan, but he runs his shit regardless. Which really just shows you that Eren respects the disabled community enough to help it grow. He also saves Mikasa, by accident though, cause he's not a simp. But what's really memorable about it is that he does it in a highlight reel fashion. And I mean highlight reel fashion, because the way he knocks this Titan out is like the way Dan Henderson knocked out Michael Bisping.
That's all! He's down! And it is all over!
I mean, look at this punch. He knocks this Titan all the way back to the Paths realm. I know Eren's Titan was based off of Yushinakami, but it's clear that Eren's got some hendo in him. Now, for y'all that don't know, Dan Henderson's right hand was so ridiculously strong that they called it the H-bomb. So from now on, whenever Eren decks the hell out of someone, it's gonna go to his little Jaeger bomb counter. Anyways, he sees a Titan that killed Thomas, so he bites his neck like a damn vampire, but he kills it, so he takes that L back. After this, he gets a little tired, I guess, so he detransforms, and immediately a bunch of virgins show up and try and kill him like the ungrateful bastards they are. Eren uses like the last of his remaining Chad energies to save his homies. Unfortunately, the virgins are still pulled up, so Armin has to try and convince them to not kill him, but he fails his speech check.
Enough.
But it's alright since Chad.Pixis saves him. Now, instead of being a virgin, Chad.Pixis actually sees Eren's worth and gets him to plug the hole in the wall. Eren transforms and nearly punches Mikasa, which again is probably just to prove a point that he's not a simp. Eren does start sleeping on the job, but Armin pulls up and stabs some sense into him. So he wakes up, plugs a hole in the wall, and then goes back to sleep. Now, to thank Eren for saving their asses, the military police decides to reward Eren by locking him up and putting him in court. But luckily, Giga Chad Erwin is there and saves Eren's life by convincing these virgins to let him into the scouts.
Bad day?
How'd it go?
How'd it go over there?
I look like it.
You're out.
Exactly.
Eren gets put in Levi's squad and he tries to bond with them by throwing a harmless little Titan prank. But these dweebs can't take a joke, so Levi and Hanji have to come in and calm them down. Eren then meets his buds again who have joined the scouts and they all embark on this huge exterior mission. But things go south real quick when the female Titan starts just wrecking their shit. Erwin sets a trap, it fails, but he's still a Giga Chad because there's no way he could have known about the female Titan's little scream. And Eren's about to transform and save all their asses, but Petra and the rest of the dumb Levi squad want to keep the show a shonen, so they start talking about the power of friendship and trust, and they die. Which really just goes to show you that Eren had every right to be confident in his own abilities. Which means that I'll have to deduct some points from Eren here for listening to these dweebs over himself. Anyways, after the dweebs die, Eren does transform, but he pretty much gets his shit rocked by the Muay Thai skills. and has to have Levi save him. So this whole ordeal has been pretty bad for Eren. And to make it worse, he's the only one out of his friends that doesn't suspect the one blonde chick with Muay Thai skills as a female Titan. I would accuse Eren here of potentially simping, but that will go to Armin in the future. Anyways, they lead Annie to a trap that involves Eren transforming, but he gets Titan dysfunction and gets buried in rubble. Eventually, he does bring himself out of the trenches with a pretty good speech and starts throwing hands with Annie. Equal rights, equal fights. Annie hardens her shin though after probably kicking giant ass banana trees in Titan Thailand. Takes his legs out and starts hammer fist striking her boy. And Annie just walks away thinking the fight is over. But Eren ain't here no bill.
I didn't hear no bell.
Annie clearly doesn't want the smoke though, so she tries to climb the wall to escape. Which is like if a fighter tried to climb out of a cage in the middle of a fight. Now, Eren and Mikasa ain't having that shit, so they drag her ass off the wall. And Eren is finally about to finish her off until he sees her cry and he feels bad or some shit. And she takes this opportunity to crystallize. Kind of fumbled the bag here, but it's still a dub, so I'll give Eren some points. But at the end of season 1, I don't know if he's got enough points to be considered a Chad. But that's alright, because season 2 is when shit starts really getting spicy. Now, season 2 starts with Eren and Hanji trying to get the truth out of Pastor Nick regarding the Titans in the walls, and some of the other scouts are checking for breaches in the wall, and they meet the Beast Titan for the first time, and that's all cool and dandy. But let's be honest guys, the real reason we want to get to season 2 is to talk about that goated scene. One of the best scenes in Attack on Titan, if not anime in general. The Reiner and Bertolt betrayal scene. Bro, if you didn't feel anything during this scene, we can't be friends. This is the scene that convinced me that this show was something special. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, Reiner casually revealing that he's an armored titan and Bertolt's the colossal titan was a certified Chad move for sure. I mean, Reiner revealed that shit more casually than hoes named Tiffany reveal themselves after a bad breakup. Eren is in shock while this is all happening, but considering it's his close friends, it's understandable. But thank God he does not go through another whole Annie denial situation. And he kind of snaps out of it and starts throwing hands with Reiner. Now, Eren must have been slacking on his Muay Thai training because he gets his shit rocked initially. I mean, it's pretty embarrassing. This man gets flung by like a punch. Like, it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, but
I'm gonna be butt ass naked so the wind could just be hitting my balls and shit. Hey, bro, watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
To be fair, Reiner's Titan is the equivalent of bringing brass knuckles to a boxing match, so despite Reiner low-key running his fade, I will give Eren some points here, because he whips out some jujitsu and out-grapples him. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I prefer striking myself, but I gotta respect the grappling hustle. And Eren definitely hustles, because he rips this man's fucking arm off. Now, imagine you're watching the UFC, right? And you start seeing two dudes grappling and they're on the ground and you're like, man, I don't want to watch this shit. And then one of them tears the other's fucking leg off. That would almost make the pay-per-views worth it. So, Reiner goes in for round 2, right? And Eren has this guillotine submission that he's been working on. And it's looking like Eren is gonna win in round 2 via submission.
And Connor!
Look out! Look out for the guillotine! The guillotine!
Diaz trying to finish with a submission.
He's got it!
But then Mikasa decides to help, even though Eren did not ask. And then Reiner's like, oh shit, we calling in help? So he calls Bertolt and they jump Eren. So technically Eren loses, but there were definitely factors outside of his control. And if we're gonna keep it a buck, he really was gonna beat Reiner. Regardless, Eren gets kidnapped, and when he wakes up he basically tells Reiner and Bertolt that it's on site.
頑張るしかねえ。頑張って。お前らができるだけ苦しんで死ぬように努力するよ。
Now I know for damn sure that most people would not immediately start shit-talking their captors.
You serious? Exactly. Shut the fuck up, you little fucking white boy. You probably haven't had puberty, son. You probably have no girlfriend, son. You probably don't have a girl. You stay home.
Hell, I know some bitch asses that would probably try and sweet talk him instead. Not Eren though. He keeps it real. This man tries to box Reiner without hands. Bro, this man really whipped out the elbows on his ass. I will say though, when he strapped onto Bertolt like the backpack from Dora, that shit's pretty embarrassing. If that would have gone on for too long, I definitely would have deducted some points. But our boy Giga Chad Erwin pulls through and saves Eren. With some help from Armin, I guess. And then Reiner starts chucking titans and knocks Eren and Mikasa off their horse. And Eren is on the ground and he can't even transform because the boy's still healing. But you know, it's cool, it's cool. Until Hannes gets fucking eaten right in front of him. But Hannes was kind of like an uncle for Eren. And while all this shit is going on, Mikasa thinks it's a good idea to try and go in for a kiss. But Eren curves her because he's got his priorities straight. And he's got to show this bitch Dina Fritz that he still got hands in human form. Now, the Titans in the vicinity see this shit, and they don't want the hands, so they jump Dina. And before Eren leaves, he makes them jump Reiner's bitch ass too for making Bertolt interrupt their 1v1 earlier. Now, some nerds would have me think that this was Eren's founding Titan power being unlocked because he was in contact with royal blood. But all I'm seeing is Eren unlocking how to be a Chad. Now, a wise man once said that Chad moments alone do not equal being a Chad. So when Eren and his gang are back at Trost, he still doesn't know how to activate his powers at will. So he still has a ways to go in terms of development. But that's alright though, cause that development is gonna hit Eren like a truck in the next season. You know, season 2 had some pretty good developments for Eren's character, so I'm excited to see where it goes.
It's time to stop!
Who told Eren it was a good idea to dress like an 18th century housewife? This man really got on the headscarf and broom combo. We're not off to a great start, but let's continue. I guess besides cleaning, Eren is trying to master his Titan hardening abilities, but he's not really making much progress. I will say though, Eren keeps it real with the hoes when he tells Historia that her personality was slick annoying before Ymir dropped her ass. My man really went from a housewife to a student of future real quick. And while we're on the topic of future, while Eren is listening to DS2, there's this whole government conspiracy going on involving the royal family, the real royal family, and they basically need to kidnap Historia and Eren. So to avoid this, Levi devises this plan where they go into the city where it's populated, blend in, and use John and Armin as decoys, and the plan works. And then Eren and Historia get kidnapped. I will have to give an L to Eren here, because he catches it in two different ways. One, he gets kidnapped once again. This boy is getting constantly kidnapped. Two, to put it bluntly, this man got caught lacking. I mean, just look at him. Just look at this. He got caught astronomically lacking. Worry about yourself, bro. Man, even the driver was lacking. Anyways, while the rest of the scouts are trying to figure out how to deal with the whole government coup situation, Eren wakes up in fucking Frozen, and Elsa waltzes in, except this time she's got daddy issues. And then Historia and her dad touch Eren, pause, in order to reveal memories for Historia and Eren. Now, during this whole trip down memory lane, Eren learns that not only did his father kill the entire royal Reese family, but he also ate his own damn father. And what is Historia and her dad doing while Eren is experiencing all these traumatic memories? They're talking about shooting up some Titan juice like some junkies. Oh, and it gets better too, because they dabble, they discuss a little bit about, eating him. Just eating him, no big deal, right? Now, if this happened to you, and you knew you were about to get gobbled up like a 20 count of nuggets after a night of drinking, then I would not blame you for wanting to die. Is it the Chad thing to do? Maybe not, but I ain't gonna hold it against you. So, in light of that, I'm not gonna penalize my boy Eren here. At the very least, old Kenny here is a real one, so he gives Eren a fair chance by slicing his head up a little bit, but it allows him to transform. But Eren does not take the opportunity because he believes that Frida could have put an end to the Titans and save a bunch of lives, so he wants Historia to eat him. On the one hand, sacrificing yourself for the greater good is a pretty Chad thing to do. But he does go full Zeke mode, saying shit like he never should have happened and how he basically just wants to die. Again, I don't blame the homie, but it's a far cry from stoically enduring like a Chad would. So overall, I'd definitely classify this as a Brad moment. You got a little bit of Chad elements in there, but there's definitely a lot of insecurities behind it. Now, from Historia's perspective, if she eats Eren, she could theoretically save humanity, at least based on the information up to this point, right? So, does she take it? No. She decides to be a girl boss, judo flips her dad, breaking his damn back, and frees Eren. Now, Rod Reese starts lapping up the Titan juice like he's a damn dog, and he's about to transform and kill them all. But Levi talks to Eren a bit, and he manages to snap him out of bitch mode. So, Eren drinks some Titan juice and uses his newfound hardening ability to save the entire squad. Now, after this, Eren tries to be a Chad and stop Titan Rod by simply just telling him no, just saying don't go, just saying stop, or using his founding Titan powers, but that shit don't work. So he decides to go with the scouts and help them set up explosives on top of the walls. Mikasa tells Eren to keep his hands busy, so naturally he practices boxing on himself, because no one else in his vicinity has hands. Maybe Mikasa, but she clearly is not gonna hurt Eren. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard of this question, but it goes, if you punch yourself and it hurts, are you weak or are you strong? Well, clearly, Eren's punches here are doing damage, so they're strong punches, but at the same time, he doesn't seem to be bothered that he's getting hurt, which means that he's physically strong, but also strong in terms of pain tolerance and willpower. Not only that, but he's answered this troubling philosophical question. So that means that Eren is pretty much a warrior poet now. Moving on, Eren even has an MVP moment where he stuffs a shit ton of explosives down Rod's face and blows up his head to Kingdom Come. And then Historia slices just the neck part and takes all the credit for the entire kill. Just so everyone can be like, yes queen slay? Is this really y'all's best girl? Eren doesn't really give a shit at the moment though, since he's just training his hardening ability in case Reiner and Bertolt decide to pull up again. And this leads to them making this metal as fuck giant titan killing guillotine. I guess Eren wanted to redeem his guillotine from season 2.
And Connor! Look out! Look out for the guillotine! The guillotine!
Soon, Eren is with his squad, and John makes this comment that makes Eren realize that he saw the one and only virgin Keith Stohess in his dad's memories. So they meet him, and he decides to divulge the secret he's been holding this entire time. Grisha cucked him. Now, I will say, he does have this speech with Carla that inadvertently explains the differences between virgins and chads. In the end though, I can't give him too much credit because it's clear that the reason he's giving this speech is because of his insecurities. He also admits that he's pretty much a virgin himself. Now, Carla actually has a pretty good comeback here when she argues that life is inherently special by virtue of being born. And I gotta say, that's definitely one of the most memorable quotes from Attack on Titan. Also, I want to note that when Stohess says he's a mere bystander, it reinforces that Eren is a more important figure and one with drive and determination for his goals, and those are definitely traits Chads would have. But, to wrap up this arc, Eren, the rest of the scouts and his friends are basically celebrating before embarking on their next mission. Eren also talks with Mikasa and Armin and tells them that things will probably never be the same. But instead of wallowing, he just says that the enemy's gotta pay for that shit. Armin tries to cheer up Eren by reminding him about the sea and how they're gonna discover it finally. Now, I'm sure that will pan out completely fine. With the scouts embarking on their mission, we finally reach the Return to Shiganshina arc. This arc is not only one of the best in the series and one of my personal favorites, but also has a shit ton of Chad moments. But we'll get to those in a sec. When the scouts pull up back to Shiganshina, Eren uses his hardening abilities to plug up the wall, but shit really pops off when Reiner, Bertolt, and Zeke finally show up. Oh, and Peek's there too, I guess. Now, the first significant thing that we see happen is we finally get to see Eren and Reiner run that shit back. Remember when I said Reiner's Titan was basically the equivalent to bringing brass knuckles to a boxing match? Well, thanks to his hardening ability, Eren's got some brass knuckles of his own now. And my man Eren starts beating the bricks out of Reiner. Reiner clearly still doesn't have hands cause he's whiffing his punches by whole ass miles. And look at the way Eren just pushes Reiner. That's just straight up disrespectful. At this point, I'm convinced this man learned boxing from Edward's Scissorhands or some shit. Reiner then tries to copy Eren from the first fight and whip out some wrestling. Eren ain't trying to have that shit, so he throws his ass off. Yo, why this man kept rolling like that? Hanji and Mikasa ain't trying to watch a grappling match either, so they thunder spear Reiner. Now, considering how the fight was going, even though it was interrupted, I think it's fair to say that Eren was gonna win once again. So with Reiner's sorry ass knocked out, Donkey Kong here tries to hit a tactical nuke over Shiganshina using Bertolt.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Bertolt checks up on Reiner and then transforms, but Eren manages to protect his homies. Now, this next part is low-key funny as hell, but it's definitely not a good showing for Eren. So, Eren grabs onto Bertolt's leg, right? And he thinks this is his little shonen motivational speech moment. And he's pushing against the leg, and the leg, you know, is getting pushed back, or it's getting lifted up. And he thinks he's doing something. Eren thinks he's doing something. He's not. He's not doing anything. Bertolt just lifts his leg up, flicks him casually. Eren's knocked the fuck out. Shit's embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie, but it's pretty funny. Now, since Eren is knocked the hell out, let's take a little interlude because I want to talk about a character real quick that's already a certified Chad. And the character I'm talking about is motherfucking Erwin Smith. Erwin's charge, goated moment. There's no argument there. In fact, Erwin is not just your run-of-the-mill Chad. This man is a Chad on a fucking philosophical level. And I'm gonna prove it right now. I don't know if y'all have heard of this dude named Albert Camus, but he's basically the father of absurdism. Absurdism is basically this philosophical idea that is similar to existentialism and nihilism. I don't even completely agree with absurdism, but when compared to nihilism, it's definitely more Chad. Anyways, absurdism is based on the idea that humans will always have this desire to find the meaning of existence, understand how and why the universe works, and so forth. However, the universe itself can be cruel, random, and can be seen to not follow reason. So this confrontation between human desire for meaning and the unreasonable universe that can't answer with a meaning creates the absurd. Camus says one of the biggest examples of absurdity is death itself. So what do you do with this absurdity? You just end yourself? Nope. Camus says that one should revolt. Camus said that to revolt, one has to know this absurdity, but embrace it and keep that tension while still living wholeheartedly. It is not aspiration, for it is devoid of hope. That revolt is a certainty of a crushing fate without the resignation that ought to accompany it. When Erwin led the scouts to charge against Zeke, there was no hope that he or the others would survive.
俺たちは今から死ぬんですか?
When Erwin and the soldiers charge, there is a guarantee of a crushing fate, not just with death itself in a metaphorical sense, but in being crushed by rocks. And of course, Erwin did not face his death like a little bitch with resignation, but on the front lines with his soldiers, letting out a goated war cry. Now, speaking of rocks, Camus used Greek mythological figure Sisyphus to illustrate his point. Now, Sisyphus is bound to roll this giant ass rock up a steep hill, and every time he reaches near the top, the hill sends his rock rolling all the way back to the bottom for eternity. Now, this task can be seen as representing life's absurdity, which can parallel many other tasks in modern day society. However, by being conscious of his fate, yet still showing vitality and exerting himself to his limits, pushing the rock every time despite seeing it fall every time, he becomes superior to his fate. Like said by Camus in his famous quote, "The struggle itself towards the heights is enough to fill a man's heart." One must imagine Sisyphus happy. And what did Erwin do when faced with the absurdity of not only death, but discarding the meaning and purpose of his life and finding the truth in the basement? He smiled. Erwin is an absurd Giga Chad confirmed. Anyways, back to Eren. His day one Armin stabs some sense into him again, and thankfully he wakes up and they plan to beat Bertolt. Now, I gotta take a moment here to respect how much of a Chad Armin is. I was not kidding when I said there's a lot of Chad moments in this arc. My man gets burnt to a damn crisp, like on some Icarus type shit. Like, this man looks like the one mom in a wheelchair in that SpongeBob episode. And there's this one part where he says he entrusts everything to Eren, including his life. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that's some real shit. Armin for sure graduated to being a Chad after this moment. After Armin gets roasted, Eren jumps up all the way to Bertolt's nape, so a little bit higher than Michael Jordan's jumps, and cuts him the hell up. and he yanks him out and starts dragging him around like he's some rolling luggage. Yet another Chad move. Oh, and Zeke also pulls up for like 2 seconds.
So what, you fat, you ugly, and you stink, monkey? Shut up with your ugly ass. What you think you doing in my country? Yo ugly, fat, stinking, ugly.
And then when he sees Armin all burnt and presumably dead, he keeps a pretty level head about it considering. Though it is completely understandable when he gets more emotional later after knowing there's a chance to save him with the Titan Juice. Speaking of the Titan Juice, they have to decide between using it on either Erwin or Armin. Eren tries to convince Levi to use it on Armin, and this man does not just get the taste smacked out of his mouth. This man gets half of his damn teeth knocked out. Like damn bro, that's not a good look. Levi for sure got hands. Eren gets a W in the end anyways because Levi decides to pick Armin, which was partially influenced by Eren's arguments for him. Now with this settled, we finally come to the basement scene, and here's where we get one of the best anime twists ever. Humanity is still alive, thriving, and hostile to Paradis. This is where Eren starts getting more of Grisha's memories, some history behind the Eldian Empire, Paradis, Marley, and how his founding Titan powers work. These bits of info will help drive very, very interesting character developments for Eren, which may or may not lead to him being a Chad. Now, with this new info on how the founding Titan power works, he decides to withhold a lot of it so that Historia doesn't become a Titan shifter, which, I mean, I don't like her, but saving your friends is admirable for sure. Also, I'm not gonna lie, Flock has a pretty base moment here where he drops some real shit on Eren and the others. Like, I don't blame Eren for defending Armin, definitely. But Flock was right, that Armin was picked based on emotions, and Erwin was most likely the better choice. Anyways, later on in the ceremony, Eren says some real shit of his own as well.
Now
if that ain't some real shit, I don't know what is. And it's nice to see an evolution from the more Brad tier, self-pitying sacrifice that Eren wanted in the Uprising arc, compared to this more stoic type of sacrifice where he has more conviction. So Eren has definitely progressed on his journey to become a Chad. And then he has to kiss Historia's hand, which he hates so much that it traumatizes him permanently. Oh, and I guess he also gets some insight into the future and the killing of the Royal Reese family. But they're all virgins, so it doesn't matter. Now, at the very end of this arc, we have the beach scene, which is one of my favorite scenes in the entire show. Everyone is all happy and shit that they're at the beach, and they're trying to turn it into every generic anime beach episode. You know, they're basically trying to turn it into a shonen like Petra and the other dweebs. Armin keeps trying to show Eren this shell, but Eren don't got time for that shit. He's too big-brained and already looking at the future. Quite literally looking at the distant horizon. He calmly and stoically points out that there is no freedom on the other side of the ocean, but enemies that hate them and want to kill them. So really Eren's just keeping it real here. And because nothing can stop his Eldian grind set, he proposes to kill them all. This is definitely a certified Chad moment. And with that, the return to Shiganshina arc ends. And Menace Eren begins. So what's the first thing that Eren Yeager does in his enemy's hometown? Well, he has to trick his loser brother Zeke into believing that he'll follow along with his plans. Absolutely shit tier plans, I might add, because his plans involve euthanizing his people so they eventually go extinct. And just like in real life, his anti-natalism stance comes from daddy issues and a troubled upbringing. But back to Zeke's plan. Now that's gotta be one of the most virgin plans I've ever heard. While Eren is out here saying shit like,
この世に生まれたからだ
And refusing to elaborate, Zeke is out here saying shit like,
何よりそもそも僕らは生まれてこなければ苦しまなくてよかった
So Eren is pretending to listen to his stupid ass plan, and Zeke is just going on and on and on. Kinda like how when someone's talking to you about something you really don't give a shit about, and you hit them with the
"Damn bro, that's crazy"
3 times in a row and they still keep going. That's basically what happens here. Anyways, besides Zeke, Reiner is also there with some warrior candidates. Eren decides to throw another harmless little prank on one of those candidates, the Simp Falco. Now, the prank involves Eren cosplaying a Marleyan war veteran and getting Falco to send a letter for him to his friends. But what Falco doesn't know is that Eren's friends are actually going to pull up to Marley and kill a whole bunch of their virgin soldiers.
Slayer. Double kill, triple kill, overkill, kill-tacular.
Pretty good prank if you ask me. Now, while this is all going on, there's this guy named Willie Tiber who's arranging this play so that he can reveal the truth about Paradis and how Eren has a founding titan, and he wants to unite the entire world against Paradis. Now, Tiber knows he's gonna die and it's part of his whole plan, like this guy's playing 5D chess or something, but Eren really doesn't give a shit and eats him like a vitamin gummy. Eren also tries to have a civil discussion with Reiner, but when Falco brings him to the basement, he starts spilling his spaghetti and shitting his pants. Meanwhile, Eren is just trying to be courteous and warn Reiner that if they transform, the people above them will die. But Reiner doesn't listen because he's too busy spazzing out, asking Eren to kill him. So Eren politely agrees, helps Reiner up, and decides to shake on it. But then Reiner's bitch ass changes his mind at the last second, which clearly shows that he's a coward. Anyways, Eren says, and then transforms and wrecks his hometown. That's gotta be one of the coldest shits I've ever seen. Certified Chad move for sure. And then when the Warhammer Titan pulls up and Eren just immediately starts boxing the shit out of her, this man don't even let her finish transforming. Equal rights, equal fights. And of course though, Warhammer Titan has no hands cause she resorts to GTA cheats and whipping out weapons out of her ass. So since she cheating, Eren decides to call in and assist. So Mikasa comes in on cue, unlike last time. And we also see our alien homies pull up and wreck the shit out of the virgin Marleyans.
Headshot.
You love to see it. While Mikasa and the Warhammer Titan are having their little catfight, Eren figures out the Warhammer Titan's weakness, yoinks her from underground, and tries to get her out of her little Captain America ass shell. But then Porco interrupts with his Jaw Titan, and since he thinks he's such hot shit, Eren decides to tear his limbs off and use him as a nutcracker. And after this, Eren starts dunking this man's head into the pavement like he's playing apple bobbing or some shit. I'ma be honest, for Porco, I don't think you can recover from this. I mean, this is just straight up embarrassing. How you gonna get your ass beat so bad your friend is face palming? If you ever find yourself in a fight and you're getting beat so bad that your friends are looking at you like this, or they're not trying to look at all, that's an L, bro. Just go home. Luckily for Porco, Reiner comes to save his homeboy. So he gets Eren's attention and commences a stare down with him. Only for Eren to casually slip his punch and knock his jaw right off. Damn! I mean, at this point, I think we should just call Eren the Jaw Titan, considering how many of those he's punched. But Reiner managed to get Porco back, I guess, for how much he's worth. Anyways, Eren doesn't think they're worth his time anymore, so he dips. And I gotta say, Eren's put together a pretty impressive streak of Chad moments here. So I gotta give him props for that. But remember when I said that Chads and virgins are like yin and yang? If Eren's actions signify the birth of a Chad, there must also be the birth of a virgin. Gabby. Let me talk real quick about this little shit named Gabby. And I don't want to hear no copium about Goat Gabby or Phase Gabby, because I'm about to explain to y'all why Gabby is a little bitch. Basically what happens is that Udo, Zofia, and some random fucking gate guards got caught lacking, and for some reason she thinks that's Eren's fault. So in response to this, Gabby starts seething and vows revenge on Eren and the rest of the Eldians. Look, I get that Gabby is supposed to be a parallel for young Eren, but Eren was fighting for his innocent friends that had done nothing wrong, were born into a civilization repenting for sins which they had no memory of because they were white, with hatred against human-eating titans manufactured by countries hell-bent on their extinction. Gabby is just some brainwashed warrior candidate, a self-hating tool for a state that oppresses her own people, has child soldiers like herself, and is mad on behalf of some other warrior candidates or other tools that died. Eren, Gabby, they are not the same. And when she runs into a scout, the dude makes a mistake of seeing her as a kid and not a little piece of shit and decides not to shoot. He dies. Gabby then proceeds to get on the airship and kills our day one Sasha. Fuck them kids. I would have thrown her ass out of the ship expeditiously. Maybe let Falco stay. But yeah, Gabby is a certified virgin. Back to Eren though, because now that he's finally in parity again with the scouts and Zeke, it starts the final arc of Attack on Titan. Unfortunately for Eren, when he gets back to parity, they lock him up. He decides to talk to the realest person he knows, until Hanji interrupts with some Reddit tier humor, so Eren tells her what's up. Perfectly understandable. Meanwhile, people such as Flock here finally start to realize how based Eren has been and start a whole new faction around him called the Jaegerists, the only correct faction in AOT. So Eren uses them to blow up Dallas Zachary for shits and giggles and frees himself out of his cell. He even manages to put on a jacket like a Chad, just to stunt on the rest of them that got no drip. The manga did do it better though. But Eren's work ain't done yet, because he has to get in contact with Zeke in order to fulfill his plans. Before doing this, however, Eren gets the Jaegerists to move Hanji and her gang so he doesn't have to deal with them or their Reddit tier humor, and decides to prank Mikasa and Armin a bit. Now, for this prank, Eren decides to gather Mikasa and Armin in a room and tell Mikasa that he hates her, and the entire time Eren's at the table, he's able to keep a straight face and keep a deadpan delivery of his jokes. Definitely respect the deadpan delivery, so I think it's a well executed joke. He also decides to keep it real with Armin and tell him that he's mad simping for some chick that literally can't respond to him, which is the equivalent to a friend texting a girl every night despite being left on red every time. But since Armin is being kinda stubborn, Eren decides to show him some tough love. Clearly Eren is just looking out for his homie here. So after this, Eren decides to be merciful and proposes a deal to Gabby, despite her being more worthless than relationship advice from astrology TikTokers. Until Peak shows up, shanks this poor dude, and decides to threaten Eren. Now Eren has this Giga Chad moment where he calls her bluff and puts his head directly in front of the barrel. Peak says some shit about how she wants Eldian rights and is trying to switch teams, but Eren don't really buy that shit and knows she's for the streets. Dorko here sneaks up on Eren, but despite having the element of surprise, all he achieves is biting his legs off, which just lets him transform. So good job, I guess. Anyways, the Marleyans pull up in their airships, and Yelena starts nagging in Eren's ear like she's his wife, but Eren just ignores her and goes out to box Reiner. Reiner, quite frankly, still doesn't have hands. This man Reiner swung at Eren 16 times. 16 times. Take a guess on how many of his punches landed. None of them. I mean, I don't even know what to say about Reiner at this point. His hands are just absolutely atrocious. Eren, on the other hand, gets this beautiful counterpunch. Reiner has to resort to wrestling once again to try and survive, but that shit doesn't even work. Even when Porco joins and they try and jump Eren, he whoops their asses anyways. Peek and Maggoth then snipe Eren's Titan twice in the head, and this man's still swinging. He even throws a little spinning hammer fist at Porco and almost rips Reiner's jaw off when he starts monologuing too much. Thankfully, his big bro Zeke comes in since everybody's trying to fucking gang up on Eren right now. But then Zeke gets sniped right after. But really, they just made the job easier for Eren to get in contact with him because he's low-key closer now. Porco thinks he's doing something, so Eren gives them some more hammer fists since he seemed to love them so much last time. Eren and Reiner start wrestling, so Zeke screams and transforms a bunch of Eldians. Rest in peace, Chad Pixis. Titan Falco starts fighting Reiner because he knows Reiner is terrible at being the armored Titan and is about to eat him until he realizes the Jaw Titan is way better and eats Dorko instead. Eren then bamboozles Reiner, and with the help of his day ones, John and Connie, he makes it super close to Zeke. And here is where Gabby fans love to say is where GOAT Gabby shines, or they'll say something like Phase Gabby. But what y'all don't realize is that Gabby actually made Eren's job easier for him. Think about it. If Eren is trying to reach Zeke, what would be faster? Running all the way there and tiring himself out? Or letting his head, which is smaller and has less weight than his body, get propelled to his destination at a high velocity by a giant anti-Titan rifle?
But that is just copium.
Okay, well let me ask you this. What is Zeke's greatest skill? Baseball. Baseball includes what? That's right, catching. And what do baseballs and heads have in common? Zeke can catch both, which he did. And another question. Did Eren die after getting his head blown off? Nope. That man is just chilling in the past realm, which is where he wanted to be in the first place. Another L for Gabby, another W for Eren. Anyways, when he's in the Paths realm, he tells Zeke to fuck off with his cuck plan, and Zeke thinks he's all hot shit because he thinks he's tricked Eren by playing 7D chess. He also thinks that Eren was brainwashed by Grisha, so he tries to show him the error of his ways, like Eren is a Scrooge or some shit. So Zeke goes all Christmas Carol on Eren's ass and shows him memories to change his mind and undo his brainwashing. By the way, did y'all know that the ghost that visited Scrooge was named Jacob Marley? Go look it up. Zeke's trip down memory lane doesn't really work because, plot twist, Eren is not brainwashed at all. Good job, Zeke, you doof. Eren then calls out Zeke for having daddy issues and Zeke just tries to deflect it. Eventually, they get to the memory of Grisha killing the Royal Reese family. But then Grisha gets all depressed and can't follow through with his job. So Eren gives his dad advice and cheers him up, clearly showing that he's a great friend and lifts people up when they're down. Eren even gets good karma from this action, because after he kills the Royal Reese family, Grisha passes the founding and attack Titan to his son. So in the end, this was all by design. Since Zeke was so fond of his cuck plan, Eren decides to cuck Zeke by convincing Ymir to go with his plan instead. So what is Eren's plan? Well, there's Eldians who will always be able to turn into Titans, and have had a history of oppressing other civilizations, but they're now amnesiac and completely disconnected from the crimes of their empire era. Then there's Marley and the rest of the world who oppress the innocent, newer generations of Eldians. Peace talks have all but failed, and other solutions require sacrificing your friend and her descendants, or your entire civilization. So, being enlightened, Eren knows there's clearly only one reasonable solution left. To kill everyone outside the walls with the rumbling. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for manga spoilers, put your seatbelts on, cause we're in for a ride. Alright, so just to be on the safe side, if you haven't finished the manga, or if you're watching from the future and you haven't finished the anime, this is your last warning for spoilers. Anyways, you're probably wondering how the rumbling solves anything. Well, Eren let his day ones keep their free will, knowing they would oppose him, and then later counted on it in order for them to kill him and make Paradis look good for potential peace talks in the future. And with his death, the power of the Titans is gone completely, throwing away one of the world's reasons to be prejudiced against Eldians. And what about the 80% of humanity dead? Well, guess what, dummy? The world can't retaliate if they're dead. What about the kids? Fuck them kids. What about guiding Dina Fritz to eat his own mother? That's just Eren realizing that we can't change our past. We gotta keep moving forward towards our goals. And during this whole ordeal, even the one and only virgin Keith Stohess was able to redeem himself, sacrificing his life alongside General Magath in an amazing moment that exonerated him from being a bystander, and redeemed them both into becoming Chads. This moment would not have been possible if not for the rumbling. And then there's that infamous panel where Eren admits his love for Mikasa, not wanting her to forget about him after his death, crying, and Armin himself saying it was pathetic. Which goes to show you that Eren is not afraid to be emotionally vulnerable and honest with his homies. Chad as fuck. So all in all, Eren was able to break the vicious cycle. Oh, what was that? The extra pages? Paradis might have been wiped out? That ain't Eren's fault. He gave Paradis a second chance, a clean slate with no Titan bullshit. They're the ones that fumbled the bag, so that ain't on Eren.
Your Honor, can I say something?
You may.
You know those people, ones that put down the people I killed. I want you to know that I'd do it all again. This is a circus, all right? It's a charade, it's an act. There's bullshit about how crazy I am. I ain't crazy.
And with that, it's time to finally answer the question. Is Eren Yeager a Chad? Yes, absolutely he is a Chad. I would say that Eren was a Brad from Season 1 through Season 3 Part 1, and then evolved into becoming a Chad starting from Season 3 Part 2 and onwards. By Season 4 and the end of Attack on Titan, he's at least Giga Chad level. So my verdict, I'ma put my boy Eren Yeager as a Hall of Famer Chad.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
He's for sure got some flaws, but he's also such a unique character with unique struggles that really define him. But yeah, that about wraps it up for this video. Let me know in the comments who y'all want me to judge next. It can be from AOT, another anime or manga, or even another medium. Anything's on the table really. And subscribe for more videos.